Going on, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time as a musician myself. Today's return of Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Feels like it's been a while. We're listening to Spring Meadows Get Up for Lumia. Also, I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Gestro Village or Gestro Village? We have the Gestro Merchant. Both are from the channel Lori and Testard, the composer for this. This is requested by Elijah and Spark. Thank you very much. Let's get into it. After the last video, it's going to be interesting coming back to this. This is Get Up for Lumia. Cello. Immediately, it's reminding me of Apocalyptica. Ooh. I wonder if I'll be able to hear any motifs. Yes? I think that's a vocal line. I do remember I've heard of one song with Lumia in the title, so maybe that's it. This is good. Instrumental. Sounds like harpsichord too. Oh, a bit of a flutter on the. Dun dun dun. Yeah, this is a motif. I don't know what song, but this is a motif. I've heard this. Da da dum. Dun 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 dun. Trying to put it together as like a battle theme, or kind of has the feeling of a battle theme. This is good, man. This is what I like about Clair Obscur. The French sound, but also not French sound. Sounds like menacing cellos. Choir. That's sick. This is one of the more hard-hitting songs in the soundtrack so far. Percussive-wise. I'm not gonna lie, it feels so nice to like come back to. I'm gonna keep this brief. I don't want to like talk about this forever, because at the end of the day, it was just my opinion. But the last song I heard from Clair Obscur, if you may or may not know, was my most requested and most hyped up song, and yet it was the one that fell short. And just, whatever. But it's okay, I can't like everything. But I knew, even then, it's not like all of a sudden, well, now I have a bad taste in my mouth and now I'm not going to like Clair Obscur. Obviously not. I've pretty much have loved everything up until that point. So what I'm saying for this now is just like, that's the stuff that I remember. And man, I can't believe it's been this long now. I mean, the game's still pretty new, but I've been listening to it now for, I want to say like 2 or 3 months. I know it's not like a long time, but it kind of is. But I mean, I remember hearing it when I've pretty much have experienced a lot of Clair Obscur already. I've experienced the demo stuff where the quality of the recordings have been bad. I've got these like brand new uploads. I've had the stuff that has like visuals on it, and I've heard vocal stuff, instrumental stuff. I've seen live performances, like music videos. So there's been a lot, there's been a lot of variety. And ultimately, at the end of the day, why I like this soundtrack so much is because of that variety. And there's really not much else to say there. This goes back to what I've been saying in the past, where a lot of songs sound really different from each other. And to me, that's like one of the most important things. But yet, I can tell that it is from Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Whether 5, 10, 15 years from now, I'll be like, oh, that sounds like Clair Obscur. Similar to how people say like, oh, that sounds like Splatoon. That sounds like Persona. Sounds like, I don't know, what else? Insert game or Crash or something, I'm pretty sure most people can agree and differentiate the sound of Expedition 33 now. It's really, really cool. And I think, just like me, there's probably a bunch of people that are really waiting to see what either the studio does or this composer does. But what an impact, Just kind of came out of nowhere and then just took over. But this is the kind of stuff I like. It reminds me a lot of the band Apocalyptica, which I don't know the exact lineup, but it's probably changed by now. But when I first heard of them, I think it was like 2 cellists, but they combined like kind of heavy metal elements in there too. Like it was basically like heavy metal cellos with drums, sometimes vocals. And this reminded me of that a lot. To me, the only thing I can really get from this is, if I had to guess, this is a battle theme for Spring Meadows. That's my take. If it had too much energy to just be walking around, but who knows? And I just got confirmation, perfect timing, through a message. Thank you. That this is actually pronounced Gestral, soft G. So it is Gestro Village, Gestro Merchant. Amazing timing. So, oh, and one more thing about the last one. I did recognize the motif. I don't know which one it was. I think it was probably Lumière. But that little oh, also Clair Obscur, the song. I forget which ones are which. There's like some cross-pollination too. I have heard something with Gestral in the title. I don't remember what it was. I'll look it up in a second. But it's just funny that both of these may contain motifs. But this is Gestro Merchant. Now that's a really interesting title for a song. Are we listening to a shop theme here? Gestro Merchant. And immediately it sounds like nothing else. Alicia's back. Or, oh my god, I forgot her name. The singer. I'll look it up in a second. I heard Gestral Summer Party 2 months ago. Will I remember that? Probably not. Dude. This progression, this like kind of quick progression. Alice Duport-Percier. The drums are kind of the highlight for me in this one. Whoa. The song has a very momentum focus. Like we would like be flying or running through a tunnel. Something just like motif. That motif is everywhere. Dun. What the fudge was that? They just snuck that in there. I mean, this could be a boss theme, but again, it's giving me battle or boss, something high energy. I don't know what Gestro Village contains. So by the sounds of it, it sounds like we heard two different areas in the game to do. Oh, I love that. The cross stick. One of my favorite sounds in drums, actually. What is this? It's like a hybrid of genres. That was dope. Both of these were dope. Man, Clair Obscur is just really good. I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. So what if I didn't like a song? Is that the end of the world? Damn, dude. It's just I don't know what I'm trying to say. Let me try to gather my thoughts here. There was something in there, but now I got nothing. By the way, I should mention just how odd it is. I know I've never mentioned something like this before in the video, but it's a thing. The only thing I ever have to go off of is the thumbnail, right? I'm looking at that. Like, that's what I'm looking at. And there's something really just surreal about having a character with no expression stare straight through you. Even though it's I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's a picture or if it's art. I don't know. Whatever it is. It's really detailed and it looks like someone's actually looking at me. And it's kind of distracting. It's like if someone were to like talk to you immediately like this and then, you know, you're trying to get your thoughts together. That's kind of what I'm getting at here. So it's happened almost every time in Clair Obscur because I see this character just... Funny enough, this is completely random and out of nowhere, but the way this character looks reminds me of James Hetfield in the 80s when he was like 20 years old. That's the singer of Metallica. I don't know why, but it reminds me of James Hetfield. Anyways, okay, so what I caught from that. I don't remember the other Gestro song I heard, but I'm going to have to like hear it now later to see if there was any motifs. But I did catch the main motif. I think it is the actual main song. Dun, 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 dun. I heard a little bit of that in there. It seems to be sprinkled everywhere. This time I think it was piano. But the whole like that whole rhythm and feel was totally new to me in this game. They seem to cover all these percussive feelings and rhythms. You know, some stuff is a cappella, some stuff makes you feel like dancing, some stuff makes you feel like headbanging, some stuff makes you feel sad. It's just a musical playground. And I could be wrong about this, but I think, no. I'm pretty sure I've heard electric guitar before, but not like this. I think I've heard electric guitar before, but it was like rhythm guitar and kind of like dun dun dun. This was the first time, to my knowledge, that I heard a lead, an electric guitar lead. And that lead was bizarre sounding. It sounded almost like a patch on a keyboard. It was very, it just had a lot of attack on it. Tick, 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 tick. Like a bunch of stabs. Not like rhythmic stabs, but I mean like actual like piercing, like nails stabs. It felt very sharp. I kind of want to hear it again, actually. And I don't know, it was just like so bizarre because it came out of nowhere, but also to me, it was this thing I haven't really heard before. It was a combination of like legato and staccato. Those are complete opposite things, by the way. Legato is smooth notes, just do 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 do. Staccato is the opposite, like stuck. Tick, 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 tick. To me, it sounded like a flow of stuck notes. It made no sense, but let me actually just hear that again. That was very welcome, but not expected whatsoever. I might even slow it down too. And we're gonna, I think it was right here. There's the motif. It kind of sounds like a Toho song right here. Dude, that is an amazing lead sound. I haven't really heard much leads that sound like that. It's a very unique sound, and they mixed it perfectly to where it's not overbearing or above the rest of the band. It's kind of just there. You can hear it, but it's just sort of mixed in between everything else. And it sounds like there's like an octaver on it. I don't know. That's a really strange, I don't know who played that or... Doesn't say. That was cool. Those are both very good. So from what I understand, I've noticed the soundtrack seems to have the whole title of like where it comes from. So Spring Meadows and Gestro Village. But for the title's sake, I'm just going to call them Gestro Merchant and Get Up for Lumia. Which is interesting because even though I haven't played the game yet, I'm gonna have to like look back someday before I play the game, which is probably like in 2026. Before I play the game, I'm gonna like rehear the songs, but by their identifiers. So the gestural songs and the blah 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 songs, and try to see like what kind of vibe I get from them because I don't know what the hell that was. You know, I'm just gonna take a guess. The first one was a battle theme. And the second one was a boss. The second one sounds a little bit more title, Gestro Merchant. But at first, my brain was like, oh, maybe it's just like a song, like you go into a store. So either way, I kind of miss Clair Obscur. It's been a while. You know, I did it all the time. And for those that don't know, this game has the record of my most expedited request, which is my highest tier. Basically, people paid a lot of money to shoot it to the top. Otherwise, they'd be waiting for years. Awesome. Cool stuff. I still have more Clair Obscur, but I don't know when we get to it. But a very redeeming group of songs after the last one. So thank you to the requesters, and check out Clair Obscur and check out Lori and Testord's channel. Thanks to everyone you see on screen. I couldn't be here without them. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse in the auditorium. Peace.